Welcome to Apaga University. I'm Inga.
And I'm Julie. We are two
momtrepreneurs
who have built an in-home care business from the ground up, guided every step of the way by God's care and fueled by agape love.
16 years later and over 100 podcast episodes already under our belts, we invite you to continue on this journey with us as we share stories that resonate, insights that inspire, and practical guidance that empowers you to face any obstacle along this path.
Whether you're a professional caregiver, a family member, or are simply curious about what your steps will be when you need them, you have come to the right place.
Oh, hey, and while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And after that, make sure you send this to a friend.
Yes, do it. All right, we'll quit fooling around and get to it.
Let's go. Class is in session.
Hello, Sunshines, and hello, Julie.
Well, good morning.
How is ya?
I'm well.
Welcome to Apaga University.
Woohoo!
How do you like my Cindy Lou Who do?
Cindy Lou Who do is going to the U-oo-oo of Apaga.
There you go. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I can just leave my hair down and kind of a little curly, but then it was time. And I was like, so just so you viewers out there know, this is better than what it was. So be grateful for that.
Oh, and you know, ironic is actually today's topic is about self-esteem when it comes to makeup and such. We won't be talking about hairdos, but hairdos are part of the ambiance that we create.
Yes. And you know what? The sooner in life that you come to terms with this is how you look.
Yep.
So much better.
Oh.
I see pictures now and I'm like, well, that is what I look like.
Yeah,
so
those pictures don't lie.
That is what I look like. Anyway, and God created me this way in his image. And so I'm perfect. Just in case you were wondering.
Mic drop.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Well, enough of this silliness.
Silly.
Let's go to a verse.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll go to good news stories, or in my case, a little words of wisdom. And then we'll move on to learning about makeup.
Yes.
For elderly people, such as yourself and myself.
It's much more myself than yourself.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to say it, but
I know. I knew you did. I had to give you the segue.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's who I
you
am.
know, I'm always going to tease you about being older than
the old hag.
Yeah.
But you know, I wear it well.
You do. You very much do. So, okay. So today's verse, we are Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect.
Yes.
Talk to me about how we landed on this.
Well, you know, we're talking about makeup that women wear as they get older. Well, and then makeup in general.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, we rely on it. But basically, I was just like, you know, really, honestly, we're already perfect, like you said. And so you've just got to just take it in stride and just not go over the top.
Yeah.
And that
it is a little bit crazy, I think, especially as so many things get credited to social media.
Yeah.
How and like filters and different things that you can do to where you're changing what your appearance looks like. And it just gets so wildly out of control.
Yeah.
And there's so much focus, I think, that goes on it that
yeah.
we lose a little bit of
we
what I even look like anymore.
We lose a lot. And even I think on dating apps, which I know nothing of, but I have heard of people going, wait a minute, are they going to look like this when I actually get to meet them? Or have they even put a picture of their friend on there to
and what does waking up in the morning Inga look like as opposed to
I am Madame Medusa. The old hairdo is
just wild.
Mike is a lucky man.
He is too. He really is. Or me after like 7:30 at night. Or actually me when I get home, I'm like, office clothes come off, sweatpants go on. This is it, man.
This is a glory.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, what did you bring us for your good news story?
This is the greatest news. So I don't know if y'all know Mark Cuban, and I'm going to explain who he is. But anyway, he's a billionaire, literally a billionaire. And he has officially launched his newest venture, an online pharmacy called Cost Plus Drugs. And so basically he started a public benefit company to provide cheap pharmaceutical drugs. And the launch comes just weeks after they pulled it all together in efforts to help shield customers from inflated drug prices. And so according to September 21 Gallup poll, 18 million Americans were recently unable to pay for at least one prescription medication for their household due to ever-rising cost, and 1 in 10 Americans have skipped doses to save money. The pharmacy's launch represents the first milestone in bringing affordable medications to millions. So, for example, there's a leukemia treatment out there that has a retail price of $9,657 a month, but through this Cost Plus, it's $47 a month. So right there, what does that tell you about the markup? And who the heck is getting rich off of it, right?
Yeah.
There's a colitis treatment out there that retails for $940 per month, and they charge $32.40.
Wow.
Yeah. Gout, there's one that's 182 months. And the lowest price with a common voucher is $32 per month. And with this Cost Plus drug, it's $870 a month. They are going to change the way everybody gets their meds.
How did that even get through? Because
I know, it's a friggin' racket. So anyway, it's called consumer first pricing. We will do whatever it takes to get affordable pharmaceuticals to patients. The markup on potentially life-saving drugs that people depend on is a problem that can't be ignored. And it's been going on for years.
Yes.
It's so dumb. It is imperative that we take action and help expand access to these medications for those who need them most. The pharmacy's prices reflect actual manufacturer prices plus a flat 15% margin and pharmacist fee. So still you're saving hundreds, if not thousands, on what you're taking. The online pharmacy will be a cash pay.
Sure.
Because they're not going to do insurance claims and all of that. So even their administration fees are going to be less because they don't have to dink around with that.
Right.
However, its model means patients can immediately purchase a broad array of medications at prices often less than what most insurance plans deductible and copay requires would total. So, they say that they're radically transparent. The company plans to integrate its pharmacy and wholesalers so that any company that uses such services will have access to wholesale pricing through its online pharmacy. Wow. So I'm just like, who is this Mark Cuban? Is that how you say it?
Cuban,
yeah. Anyway, he's got like $6.2 billion. He has been the owner of a basketball, the Dallas Mavericks. He just sold that. But what I love about him is he sold stamps door to door as a kid and gave disco lessons to help pay his way through Indiana University. And he was inspired to strike out on his own when he was fired from a software shop for closing a $15,000 sale instead of cleaning up the store. So that inspired him to get out there. And now he's worth billions. And it doesn't sound like he came from a place where he had money to begin with. He invests in mission-driven companies such as Luminade, which provides lighting to disaster areas. And he's really into a lot of healthcare stuff. A lot of people see him on that show, Shark Tank.
Yep.
He is getting out of that after 10 years. But what an incredible, kind man to actually look for a purpose that's going to help
everyone.
Folks.
I always hear about insulin being one that is so expensive and people have to skip it. And that is amazing. I'm very intrigued by that.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that, and I'm sure he has got a lot of people ticked off.
I know. I'm
him.
like,
Can
how
you even
did he
imagine?
manage that? Those
and you know what?
companies.
What that means is his integrity and his moral strength is just above board, where he's like, don't care. I got to do the right thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing when people that have that much influence make a good decision. That helps everybody, not just themselves. Cool. That's a great story. Thank you.
I love it so much.
All right. So I brought a little excerpt from my Today is Going to Be a Good Day book because occasionally I need a good swift kick in the butt. Or if you saw the episode with my mom, like that or with the beer on it poking me in the back saying calm down.
Yes.
And I'll lead up to this by saying that, we are in the process right now with some federal regulations and some state changes that are happening where we have different requirements in how we are reporting data to the state. And anyway, so this has been a very, very, very daunting process for me. And every time Well, what did I say? I only get mad when I try to intervene, right? And we know that Tuna, the office kitty, she's in my grill when she can sense my energy when she knows that I'm having to have a conversation or get involved in this at all. Like yesterday, I got an email and immediately my blood pressure went through the roof. I had not even picked up the phone to make a phone call on the email that I got. And here comes Tuna.
Oh my goodness.
I think that is God sending
Therapy
Tuna to me.
cat.
Yes, indeed. So today is going to be a good day because when we choose to trust in God, he promises to help us stay in a place of perfect peace. So often we experience turmoil, stress, and anxiety, and then wonder why.
Yeah.
God often asks us to do our part first, like trusting him, before he will do what only he can do, like keeping us calm and in a place of peace. So if you find yourself anxious or stressed today and lacking peace, ask God what you need and turn on him in confident trust. And then basically here's a verse that goes along and it says, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord himself is the rock eternal.
I love that.
Yes. So that is my swift kick in the ass or my paddle to the back with the beer or my Tuna in my lap saying, just calm down.
Yeah. Yeah. So the hardest part about that is when we get something hard to deal with, we're not supposed to just plunge into it. And that's not good for you and me because we're fixers. And we just jump in there and say, okay, what do we got to do? What do we got to do? Who do I got to call? Da, 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 da. We're supposed to stop and say a prayer and say, Lord, I'm letting go and I'm letting you.
Yes.
I am working on that because I forget that step.
I know. And it's very hard to do in business, especially when you there are requirements and things that we have to do to be in compliance. And then, I feel like so much is riding on it with, if we don't get this done, then we don't get our reimbursements, then we can't pay the caregivers. That, there's so much of it. And see, even now I'm getting myself into a frenzy and I just need to be like, you know what? Hey,
it's going to be
I know you've got it and it's going to get done. It's going to get done in the time frame that it needs to get done. And if I stop trying to intervene, then I'll stop being stressed out about it.
There you go.
Anyway,
that's a good reminder to everybody.
Yes. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Let it go, man.
Yes.
So, shall we talk about the makeup for the elderly?
It's for older women.
Oh, older women.
Yes. Because I am not elderly. I may be entering the older woman stage.
Okay.
But so this today is all about me searching for help. So I was like, let's just
put it out on the table.
Let's put it out there
and
say, I need help, desperate help. What can I do about the makeup? However, I am extremely low maintenance. And if it's a lot of effort, then forget it anyway.
Right.
So I don't know that this is going to help me at all, but at least I've done some of my research.
There you go. So basically, I think this article is 8 golden rules of makeup for older women.
Yep.
And the first thing they say to keep in mind is the condition of your skin will determine whether your makeup looks good or not.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Right.
And that when you are younger, you might be able to get away with a different type of attitude, laissez-faire attitude.
Oh, that's what I have.
Exfoliating.
Oh,
I do get eye makeup remover from Mary Kay. And so the lady is so wonderful. And she's always been super kind to me. And she's always trying to share other things with me. Like, oh, we have this new or this. And I'm like, I basically do Irish Spring and that's about it. And my eye makeup remover and a little bit of lotion. Do you have anything that works with that? Because I am very laissez-faire about it. So anyway, you can do that when you're younger, apparently.
Right.
With cleansing, exfoliating, and nourishing your skin. But after you get to around about the age of 55, that is not so much the case. So every second you spend caring for your mature skin will repay you 100-fold. Cleanse and moisturize night and morning. Use gentle exfoliants every 2 to 3 days. Eat lots of fresh vegetables.
Oh, here's the stinking vegetables. Dang it.
Water to ensure enough hydration. Apparently hydration is a very important thing with your skin. And basically stay out of the sun and or use that moisturizer. Make sure you get a good level, SPF level. Or if you're a Cheryl, wear your hat.
Yes. Yeah. So cleanse and moisturize night and morning. I do in the morning. I just topple my butt into bed at night. I'm just happy to be there, man. Lord. And then gentle exfoliants.
It's really true, though, because when I think about the people in my life, friends in my life that I know do these really good skincare routines, I'm like, you look like you're 20 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I should start doing more.
20, whatever.
Okay. Anyway.
And then the vegetable thing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a hard time getting on board with that one.
Well, if you haven't by now. Older facial skin is patchier, more uneven, and more inclined to have age spots, broken veins, and blemishes than younger skin. If you want to look instantly younger, then do everything you can to even out the irregularities in skin tone. I chose, she chose a certain foundation that pulls off the very difficult trick of covering all of the problem areas whilst looking light and fresh. It has become one of our best sellers, blah, blah, blah. And then use a foundation brush. Well, see, I have never in my life, I don't think one time in my life ever used foundation. Never, ever, ever.
And look at how beautiful you are.
There,
All natural.
all natural.
Yep. Especially when you make that face.
But I was always either too lazy or I just had it in my head that it was like going to plug me up and cause pimples. But you use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't want to see me without it. It's really fun when I go to the chiropractor and like you have to lay face down first and they use the paper.
Oh yeah.
You know, so they basically whatever. So then you lift your face up and then all of a sudden there's your face. It's not quite that bad, but sometimes, especially
funny.
like if I yawn or something, there'll be like mascara.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
oh, that's what I looked like today. Older faces are colorless. Did you know that?
I did not.
So turns out, according to this article, which we'll have on the show notes, you can go in and then find a link to look at some before and afters. But basically, having even the skin tone, you have to shape and define your eyes to bring it out and add some pops of color. And the best way to do this is basically to do it with pink toned cream blush and lipstick. I don't know how to do that. I don't like that paragraph.
Lipstick. You know, some people use the liner and all of the things.
Yeah.
And I just use Hurrah, rhubarb flavored.
Oh, the only one of the Hurrah.
It's got the tint and it just adds a little bit of
I do try
shimmer.
every time I see one that's got just a little bit of a tint on it, I try to pick it up for you.
Yep.
Bath and Body Works, I think, has some.
Yep. And that's
like,
all I use. That and Bag Balm.
Yeah.
Once again,
Bag balm.
you should come to me for all of your makeup
Tips
and tricks.
Yes. All right. What's next?
Think of older faces as having a surface rather than blotting paper. Once again, this is stuff I'm not even know what I'm talking about because it's all about the foundation and all of this stuff.
I think it's saying that like you have more creaks and crevices and
wrinkles from smiles.
Yeah, it's just not as
wrinkles mean that you
smooth.
have lived.
It's
right,
textured. Maybe.
Yes, much less smooth. And if you try to put a line on blotting paper, it becomes blurry and fuzzy. So that's why lipstick feathers and things at the edge of the lips. That's why it's so hard to draw a clean line if you're doing that kind of stuff. The solution is to use the primer. Good Lord, I feel like I'm painting
Wait a
something.
minute. We have a one on skincare where you're
Yes.
like, oh, I got to go out and get the vitamin C serum. And
I'm
the
using that.
peptides and the
But then
just what's another primer or a primer?
golly, this will stop all of these problems.
Will it?
Will it?
That's a nice segue
Primer.
into many women tell me that they have drawers full of makeup that they bought by mistake.
There you go.
I am many women.
Oh, well, makeup industry is a bazillion, gazillion dollars.
It's almost as bad as the pharmaceutical industry.
Or the diet
or
pills.
worse.
Yeah. Quick fixes for all that ails us.
Yeah. So one thing that I mean, so they do have beauty stores now, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in our local community, we have Ulta. And one thing that's really good about them is if you do buy something and you find out that it's not going to work for you, you are able to exchange it, I think, within a certain period of time.
Oh.
And if you've only used a certain amount of the product.
Oh, sure.
Which makes sense to me because
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
like, oh, you don't get to use it all and then bring it back. But
Righto.
so yeah, I think that is an absolute thing where lots and lots of people buy the wrong makeup.
Yep. So we're even going to talk about eyebrows. Older eyebrows are either thin, faded, and virtually non-extinct, or wild, wiry, brushy, and shapeless. Well, that's a hot mess.
That is quite a thing.
If they are over plucked, then you need something light and subtle to restore shape and color. I quit plucking years ago. It hurt. It didn't make any sense to me. I am not going looking for pain.
Beauty is pain.
And expensive.
Yes. Yes.
So anyway, they have what they call the bring back brow shape. So a lot of people have spent a lot of time on this, and I'm just not in that same mindset.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I like pretty eyebrows. I try to work on mine a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're pretty.
Let's not do a Julie Inga picture side by side, because mine are all over the place wherever they feel like it.
Well, we're just showing 2 examples of what it can be.
There
and they're
you
not,
go.
though. You have really good eyebrows for someone that doesn't do anything with their eyebrows.
Don't do a darn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm lucky enough not to have the old uni.
The uni.
Yeah. So anyway, they come up with all these different spiral brushes and help fill in the gaps, blah, blah, blah. So put some shape and interest back in your life with a highlighter. Last thing I need is more shape. And I certainly don't need more interest.
Well, I don't know if you ever get beauty or like makeup tutorials or like TikToks that come up where they do all the shading with or contouring and use highlighter, and it is wild to me what can be done with makeup.
You know, that cracks me up that you just said that, because what was the meme that I saw? It said, guys, do not go out with her or go marry her until you've seen her without makeup. Because there is examples of snaggletooth women that look oops.
We're all beautiful, made in God's image.
Had a harder time than most. And they put all this stuff on them, and they look absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But without the makeup, they really are struggling.
Right.
And yes, you're right. They have their own unique personality and all of that.
We're all beautiful. But yeah, there's a lot that can be done to change appearance of, it's wild. And I don't have the patience for it. I wish I did, because I'm like, just for funsies' sake, you know? But no. I mean, not on a regular basis. I do not know,
Inga. Funsies. There's a lot more to do than funsies.
Yeah, that's true.
Aging brings lots of changes to the eye area.
Tell me about it.
It's true. You know, some people do get the issue where their top lid drops.
Yes, it's happening currently.
Then I have the crow's feet magnificent going on, you know, but once again, what do you do?
Yeah. No,
The other day, Mike came in and I was doing my morning ritual, which is I spray my stuff with that stuff that Monet I get from Bailey that I love. It's a refresher. And then I use the eye smoother.
Yep.
And then I use my other for the rest of my face, just a moisturizer type thingy. And Mike comes in and he goes, "What are you doing? Using 2 different things on your face?" Like, dude, leave me alone. I'm lavishing myself in luxury right now.
Lavishing in luxury. And it sounds like you do, actually, if you're doing that many things.
I do
you
that
really are
in the
trying.
morning. Well, you know, if I can help a little bit of the sag and bag going on, certainly.
There's a comedian that talks about, he had an unfortunate situation where a delay in stopping at the store to get a particular type of face cream for his girlfriend caused him to have a lactose intolerance pants shatting situation. But anyway, I tell you all that to say that he talks about how we've created these situations where our skin gets so angry if we don't do it. Like you've been doing this routine, right? And then one day you're like, oh, I'm not going to moisturize today. And then it just gets so mad. Where men are like, they don't do it at all. And they don't have the problems that we have.
It's true. Mike, it's like, I'm out of lotion. And what he does every morning after his shower, you hear him in there with the old lotion thing on.
Yep.
He has like 5 or 6 thingies, dollops.
Yep.
And he goes like this. And he looks white from like literally page white.
Right.
Until it sinks in. And at his age, he's still incredibly youthful.
Yeah.
And then there are times that I'm like, you've got lotion up your nose or in your eyebrows. Would you please wipe that off?
That one didn't sink in yet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So the final golden rule, there are no rules.
That's my favorite rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Do what feels good to you, and
What
know that you
is-
are beautiful no matter what.
Yes, for sure. Just some basic tips is what you want to do is apply the skincare upward and outward because you're not trying to stress the bags and sags to go down any further.
I think it's be gentle with yourself too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're supposed to be very, very, very kind and gentle.
Okay, so also apply your brow makeup before your eye makeup.
Oh,
It is crazy how, if you do, it's crazy how little I know. I cannot believe that I have survived this long.
I know.
And I put makeup on every day and I know nothing.
Oh, funny.
Start and stop your brow makeup where it should.
Oh, yeah.
So like go with your natural brows. Don't because sometimes you see where it gets too far in and too far out.
It depends on what the trend is.
That's true.
Because some people go all kinds of haywire and do curly doos and everything on them. Yeah.
Yep.
Our faces, as we've said, become more asymmetrical with age. Don't fight it. By age 50, unmatched features are the norm. You know what was unmatched one time? When I had my second kid, she was like so freaking huge when she popped out. I got Bell's palsy.
Yes.
And so it was right when that Jim Carrey show, Me, Myself, and Irene came out.
Yeah.
And if I would cover up one side of my face or the other, you wouldn't know that anything was wrong with me. Oh. But if my whole face was together, if I'd smile, one would smile, the other would just sit there. And some people, unfortunately, get stuck that way for their whole life. And I was like, please, God, I do not need more character in this face. Please give me back my ability to be uniform. But that was really asymmetrical.
How long did you have the symptoms?
Well, I was really lucky. I actually was working at the ER at the time. And when I walked in, they immediately knew what was going on. And because I had connections, they got me right to the specialist. And I think I got on that stupid prednisone stuff. Oh. And within just a few weeks, it pulled itself out of there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was lucky.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, I was just really afraid I was stuck.
Yeah.
Because that would have been bad.
So something that you can do is create like a new eyelid crease. I think that's in the case that you're when they start to get hooded. So it's just that it's smoke and mirrors, man. All kinds of changes that you can make to make yourself look totally different.
That's funny, smoke and mirrors.
Another thing is to work your eyeliner strategically.
Oh.
It basically says stop applying liner on autopilot, and that is like I'm terrible about that. And so if you go and I've had my makeup done a couple times for special events, right? And they never put on as much eyeliner as I do. And I always like it. But for some reason, when I do my own, I'm like, oh, it needs more. I don't think it does. Turns out.
Actually, the next little thing we're going to talk about is permanent eyeliner because I am personally every morning having a quandary with my eyeliner. I started using the liquid stuff, so I'm putting it on there and I'm trying to get it exactly the same on the second eye. But the problem is I can hardly do anything nowadays without readers, and I can't do that when I've got. Anyway, I'm a real hot mess. It's a predicament. And then when I think I've got one that's just a little too much, then I'll add a little to this side and then I'll blink. And so it will get up here. So I have to get out the Q-tips and I'm scrubbing that off. And it's just been a mess. So I'm going to get over my fear of pain and get the permanent eyeliner at some point because our friend Kim got it done. It's been 2 years I've been talking to her. Do you still like it? Are you happy you did it? Every day. And she's like, go get it done. It didn't hurt that bad. But anyway, because then you do the morning, then you do a little bit underneath.
Yep.
And I sit there trying to let it dry, you know.
Don't blink.
Don't blink. And of course I have to sneeze.
Yes.
Every time. Then it's everywhere. Well, because and so this is my personal weirdness. Have you ever been talking to somebody that's had ski wampus eyeliner and you're just staring at each eye?
I'm talking to her right now.
Every day. But it's the worst. I'm like, and there are times I get here and go, well, that side has double. Or I went out and did chores after I did makeup, and so my eyes were crying because it's cold, and so I've wiped it off, or it's already all over. I don't even know why I try.
I give you a hard time, but I've never noticed your makeup to be bad. And I
now you're going to start watching.
I love you. which is weird. But I would tell you, I'm not going to let you look like a boob out there.
Well, at least there's that.
Yes.
I've got my safety net.
Yes.
So
Oh,
anyway,
get over here.
Now
Wipe it off.
you look like heck. But anyway, that is my morning dilemma every day. And I keep thinking that I'm going to have to go get this permanent eyeliner, but I'm afraid of the pain.
I don't know why.
Because I'm a boob.
You're
big dang
you,
baby.
But you aren't, because you never complain about pain. Like, you're afraid of what you think it's going to be.
Oh yeah, the
You're
anticipation is 1,000 times worse.
Yeah,
It's all in my head,
yes,
in my eyes. But
Yes.
see, also, I don't want anybody screwing with my eyes.
yeah.
So I don't know if you
should
have to
seen-
have your eyes open or your eyes closed.
Well, call him, ask him,
I don't want to. It hurts.
talk to Kim. She's your personal consultant who's been through it before.
That's right. That's right.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Do it.
The center of your face is where you need the most makeup coverage. Well, that's weird. Oh, you went round. I was up and down.
Oh, funny.
That's
That explains our relationship.
So it says, stop obsessing about those cheeky brown spots. Oh, good. No
Thank
one else
God.
is
I'm
even
like,
noticing.
really?
Really? Start at your nose, bridge to beneath the nostrils, and its surrounding area, since this is where redness, dark circles, broken capillaries, and large pores require coverage. This is
You're
really
gonna
hard on me.
hyperventilate.
Now I got to go look, see if I got any pores or capillaries or dark circles under my nostrils. Who knew? So anyway,
Everybody knows now.
yes. So anyway, you're supposed to do it once and then go over it again.
It is a commitment. I will tell you that.
See, that's a good thing for it.
Yeah.
Commitment. This forces the makeup and skin to melt together seamlessly instead of lying on top. Aim for subtle coverage with skin visible beneath. See, wow, this is way too much above my pay grade.
Are you glad you did this? Really, you just wanted this episode for the permanent eyeliner?
Yeah, really, truly, I'm just trying to still talk myself into the permanent tattoos.
Okay.
So manipulate your same old lipstick texture and shade. We've already talked about lipstick. Some of us just will never get past the bright red
It's a thing.
that through the eras was very popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
I seem to remember Grandma Fisher always having a tube of very bright red lipstick
Isn't
in
that
her purse.
Isn't that fun?
Yes. And she wore it well.
Yeah. Oh, some people. Mm-mm-mm.
My Grandma Fisher she's pretty foxy.
Yeah. So the permanent eyeliner, it's basically an eyeliner tattoo.
Yes.
And it's a treatment you can receive that replaces the need to wear eyeliner each day. Okay, sold. Permanent eyeliner is a method of placing pigmentation along the lash line under the skin, similar to tattooing. The ink is permanent, but has to be, oh, crud. It has to be touched up every 3 to 5 years.
I think once you get through the first time, you're going to find out that it's
Yeah,
not
but
that bad.
See, that's maintenance. I don't
So
do maintenance.
how old are you? That's only like 3 trips for the rest of your life. You'll be fine. No, too much.
All right, jerk face. So the pros, which once again, I'm talking to myself. I'm
This is
taking privilege here.
yes.
To educate myself on the permanent eyeliner. The pros, no need to wear eyeliner anymore. That's a biggie. Enhance your eye shape. Ooh la la. Last between 2 to 5 years before a touch up.
Oh yeah, that's where we were.
Yeah. Cons, color retention varies according to individual skin type, blah, blah, blah. Although gradual fading can be caused by lifestyle, which is sun exposure, body chemistry, and age, and can be pricey to keep upkeep.
Well,
but
you could
if it's
always-
worth it,
You could always just get a tattoo and see how that works for you. See how it fades, and then you'll know how frequently you're going to have to get your
no,
eyeballs
that's an extra step. And
and you're a chicken.
and I'm a chicken. Yeah. Huh. Well, I'm still pondering.
I can tell.
Yes.
I can see the thinking happening
Yeah, the smoke coming out my ears.
pretty much. Yeah.
Well, so there's all of the beauty tips for older women. I don't think anybody's
From
going to
two
listen.
people completely unqualified to give beauty tips. You're welcome.
Oh, Lord. Lordy. You want a grandparent house rules?
I do.
Yes. Cookies for breakfast are acceptable. Grandchildren welcome. Parents by appointment only. Hugs all the time. Only believe half of what grandpa says. Bedtime is negotiable. Kisses. What happens here stays here.
Mm-hmm.
The word is no is not in our dictionary. Expect to be spoiled.
Yep.
What the heck? I could never, ever, ever get away with stuff that my children did at mother's house.
I know.
What?
And the same will happen for you. You have some grandkids.
Yeah.
Is it true?
True. Yeah. There you go. All right. So if you want beauty advice, you're welcome. If you, it was fun regardless.
It was.
Yeah. And I'll let y'all know about the permanent eyeliner.
You'll just know one day she'll show up and it will be just smooth.
You'll actually be symmetrical.
Yep.
Huh.
Anyway,
What a concept.
we'll know. We'll know.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Have a good day.
The caregiven name is a registered trademark of the Veritrust Health Incorporated Company. IPAGA is not connected to, affiliated with, or endorsed by Veritrust or any of its affiliates.